Hello and welcome to the weekly wrap. So just as we've come to the end of this trading week in a relatively quiet session in the market, it's just going to take a look ahead at next week, the key events and things to look out for. So the main event in focus for Europe next week will be the ECOFIN and Eurogroup Ministers meeting, which is taking place in Copenhagen. So the main topic for this meeting will be any increase in capacity for the EFSF and ESM, which currently stands at 500 billion euros. And as a reminder, the ESM is being brought forward to July of this year, the EFSF to expire in July of next year. Now, the main problem really for increasing the total lending capacity of the EFSF and ESM is many Eurozone countries' reluctance to expose themselves further to Europe, with especially Germany the main opposition there. We have had several comments out of the German Finance Minister and Chancellor herself echoing this sort of sentiment. Another bit that may be on the agenda will be any sort of contribution from the IMF. So that will be the main topic of discussion at the next G20 meeting, which is on the 20th of April of this year. However, if there's any lift in the ceiling for the EFSF and ESM or any increase in firepower, then the IMF contributions may not have to be as great. So that's why this is quite important. And if we do see any sort of raising of the total lending capacity above 500 billion euros, then we may see quite a bit of risk appetite return to the markets. However, this could be fairly short-lived, as it is largely discounted already. But in terms of Europe, that will be the main focus. So Friday, the ECOFIN and Eurogroup meeting. So having taken a look at Europe, going to now cross over the Atlantic and into the US, where we've got a very data-heavy week next week. The main bit of focus will be on the GDP reading on Thursday. So this is the tertiary reading, so it's unlikely we're going to see any sort of significant revision to the previous reading of 3%, and many analysts still expecting it to come in at plus 3%, but that will be largely in focus. But we've also got University of Michigan consumer confidence next week, as well as personal spending, PCE. And we've got quite a lot of other data, including the weekly initial jobless claims, which have continued to improve back to levels that we last saw in 2008, which comes along with the continuing claims. And with this and strong non-farm payroll numbers that we've seen recently, it's just keeping a lid on chatter further QE. And it's also giving a bit of a boost to markets globally, really, especially the US markets and the US stock futures. Now, as well as that, we've also got the 2 5s and 7s note auction, so that's expected to raise around 35 and 29 billion for the US Treasury, and also other data, including durable goods. But for me, that is enough for this week. We'll have more updates for you all of next week, and we hope you have a very pleasant weekend.